Hi, I'm Jetta and I'm here to talk to you about BabyMoon. It's a baby biomonitoring system based on an ergonomic baby carrier that tracks the vital signs of the premature baby and also promotes bonding and attachment between parent and child while reducing infant mortality and while increasing the quality of life of the babies. I have been a baby wearing educator for close to 10 years. I have 3 kids and I'm working on putting babies in their mother's arms for a long time. Doctors need constant data about the baby's heart rhythm, breathing rates, and body temperature. All of those systems and also their immune system, their bonding with the parent, they all get developed much faster and much better when the baby is connected skin to skin to a parent. But because of the monitoring systems available today, it's not possible logistically. So BabyMoon just combined these two and made it possible for the baby to be in skin-to-skin care with a parent, mom or dad, and send live data to the web interface for the doctor to be constantly aware of the baby's development. That's exciting, really. So I started choo-choo baby carriers when my oldest son was 6 months old, but really things were going to get me started because I got a carrier when he was 1.5 months old, and it was a revelation for me. It was wow. It just turned over all of my expectations of parenting, because I was expecting to just stay at home and shake the stroller to make the baby not yell, because it's usually the cliche that you get in media and in everything. And I was a little afraid of having kids, and I was so amazed of all of the closeness that it gave me with my son while doing a lot of interesting things and not just staying at home, that I really wanted to share my experience with as many people as possible. I really love the creative part of making a new version of a carrier, and this is one of the parts I really enjoy over the years every time I make a new model, because you get to work with new materials, you get to work with people that know a lot of stuff that you don't, and you just put ideas together and you get something beautiful in the end. In the meantime, I discovered the closeness and all of the amazing benefits of baby wearing, and I wanted even more moms to feel that and to feel that they can accomplish a lot of things and not be limited by the arrival of a new baby in their family, because it's a huge misconception that we have in our society, the fact that you have to just put your life on hold when it's not. It can be even better. So your children really do enhance your life, and if you do it in an interesting way, exploring things, you teach your children by example to be and to explore and to try new things and not just stay at home. I decided that I need to make a carrier line that will be more accessible for people in Moldova, because they really needed the functionality, but most people couldn't afford my creative work. So I decided to make a version of the carrier that would be more accessible. A friend of a friend, he approached me and he asked me if I have any sewing work for someone he knew who was a single mom and really in need of work. And this is how I met Ludmila, and she had a 3-month-old baby at that time. We made a test version of the carrier. I was really impressed with the quality of work. And since then I am working with her on developing new models. And it's been years since then, because now her daughter is in 1st grade in school. And we have invented a lot of other stuff in the meantime.
как бы появился у меня ребенок Соня, моя дочка, и я стала в поисках более комфортного ношения ребенка, чем коляска, которую с 3-го этажа было тяжело спускать. Вот, и сама стала искать слинги. Ну так, волей случая случилось, что наш общий друг привел Джету ко мне в дом, когда моей Соне было 3 месяца. И предложила работать вместе, шить слинги. Я безумно обрадовалась, потому что именно этой идеей я уже бредила с рождения ребенка в поисках решения. Ну и мы начали с того момента работать. Вот. А потом уже как бы из простого слинга с кольцами, шарфов слингов стали рождаться более сложные конструкции, более удобные, более практические. Вечерами сидели здесь у меня дома, либо с Джетой где-нибудь в городе встречались постоянно, вот, и обсуждали, как это все можно сделать. Вообще, работа мне это очень нравится, она мне близка. Дети это вообще это наша перспектива, и что мы вложим в них, то мы получим и в будущем. И слинги это одна из тех вещей, которые сближает маму с ребенком. Я Соню носила с 1-го месяца в слинге, но именно благодаря слингу я вылечила у нее дисплазию, то есть вот ножки, когда нужно, чтобы выровнялись. Слингу я очень благодарна, поэтому я его буду делать, несмотря ни на что. И мне вообще нравится с Джетой работать. Она креативная, интересная, все время приходит с какими-то новыми идеями, и мы как бы обмениваемся мнениями, и вот по ходу, в общем, все у нас хорошо.
It's really a cooperative of 3 single moms that are now working sewing my carriers. I pay a little more for the stitching, but I know where the money is going, and I know that I am helping provide for some children that will otherwise not have those many possibilities. And it grew into a beautiful relationship, and we're really friendly with all of the moms, all of the women here in Cerescu that work on the carriers. And I love the fact that they also, well, not all of them, but some of them wore their children in my carriers, and they sew it not just because they need the money, but they really also know all of the benefits. They felt the benefits of baby wearing, and they do it also for personal reasons, not just for the money. And I think that's important to have that connection. Well, because it's a business that would, again, it's one of the reasons that I am in this business until now, because it has a soul, because it's about connecting and hugs with the babies and communicating and exploring. Yeah. So, yeah, and Ludmila and the other women, they know this because they felt this. And I think that's super valuable. Children copy exactly what you do. They don't do what you tell them, they do what you do. And you can notice this in newborn babies, where you take a premature, just newborn baby and put it on a mother's chest or a father's chest, and the parent doesn't have to really do anything. You can read a book, but the baby will copy your heart rhythm and your breathing rhythm and your body temperature and just adjust. It's not a verbal sort of education, but it's still teaching by existing, by being the model to the child to copy. And when the child copies the mimical expressions of the parent, it's so amazing to see their transformation visually. And then later, 6 months, 9 months old, they copy your tone of voice, they copy your social behaviors, they copy things that you don't even notice about yourself. So I had been doing workshops and talking about all of these benefits, and when I stopped making carriers, I still had to tell this to new moms, that you are the model that your child is copying, and you have to be the way you want your children to be. You want your children to be good, you have to be good. You want your children not to smoke, you have to not smoke. You want your children to be nice, you have to be nice. You want your children to say thank you, you have to say thank you. And this is the thing that I have been teaching for all of these years since 2007, really. So this way, Mamytė Vermekaitė started. Because I had to put a name to this. It started as a social project that is about educating parents and educating them in order to be a good example for their children and to be that first circle on the water that will go through, well, into the next generations. And one of the thing that was also always important in my events for moms was that children should be brought along. You don't leave your children for someone else when you come to my events, because the children have to see you involved, doing something, learning something, interacting with other people. I have some other initiatives there with Mamytė Vermekaitė that involved patient rights with maternity hospitals, because in Moldova we have a lot of trouble with that. And we also do prenatal education and teaching women about their patient rights, and also collaborating with maternity hospitals in Moldova and doing workshops there, just volunteering. And now we're working on a project to make the hospital have a more human feel and putting beautiful pictures of moms and babies on their walls, just to make it feel less of a hospital and more friendly as a place. And now this Mamytė Vermekaitė project that initially was just my workshops grew into a huge community of 31,000 women from Moldova. And they do a lot of amazing things, like donating clothes to families that don't have the resources to do that. Because Mamytė Vermekaitė means something along amazing moms. And it's about the amazing mom that will grow an amazing child, that will grow into an amazing person in the next generation. So, yeah, I think it's beautiful. This is one product that is a product, so you can sell it and do the commercial and business part of it. But it has so many benefits, and I still didn't find the bad part of it. I only discover more and more benefits of the baby carrier. It's not just the medical benefits. There's a lot of communicating with your children, and it's, well, I come from a family that doesn't really have that connection. The contrast with the communication with my children is amazing. So I wanted to send that to even more people, because we come from a generation of post-Soviet humans that were taught not to touch each other or interact, or, well, we have our background. And I see baby wearing as a tool to just overthrow that and make people look into each other's eyes, parents and children, and communicate and really interact with each other on a deep, much deeper level. Yeah, it's a blessing. It's amazing. I have been putting babies into mom's arms for a long time. It's almost 10 years now. So I have seen it firsthand with my kids, with other kids, all of the benefits that all the people involved get from just the hugs of a baby carrier. So just the bonding, just being together and interacting non-verbally, doesn't matter. And it's not just me, it's also the World Health Organization is promoting this skin-to-skin care since the 70s globally, but with not that much of success, because the doctors really need that data that they don't get while the baby is skin-to-skin. So combining the data biomonitoring with the skin-to-skin care that I was expert on, That's how BabyMoon came to life. We intend to make a huge change in the world and the survival rates of premature babies and the quality of lives of millions of babies born premature, and not only in the developed countries but also in more poor regions by maybe partnering with aid programs and going into Africa and Asia and other countries. By investing in BabyMoon, you're not just investing in today's world, but you're really investing in the next generations and your children and your grandchildren. And we would love to have you on our team. So let's talk about investments.